Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Gabriel and I am a sneaker reseller. I'm located in Canada in the beautiful British Columbia. And today, for the first week of 2022, I thought I would start and share with you guys a series. We're gonna call it How to Resell Sneakers in 2022. Yes, we can still resell sneakers in 2022. Reselling is not dead. There's still a lot of money to be made. And honestly, if you're not doing it, if you're not reselling, you're missing a lot of money. You're missing a lot of opportunities. So I created this series back in 2021 because I wanted to share with you guys some of my experiences, some of my thoughts, some knowledge, maybe inspire, maybe motivate you, maybe open up for discussions and see how everyone else is doing business in the sneaker reselling. So today we're gonna start a new journey. We're gonna start pretty much from the bottom. I'm gonna show you how I did it, how I was able to build, a pretty decent business. When I started back probably 4 or 5 years ago, I remember I was only doing a couple of pairs a month, and I was going for a minimum 10% profit. And now fast forward to the end of 2021, I'm doing an average a couple hundred pairs a month. And my minimum profit is 20%. So let's say if I had $100,000 in 2021, my profit would have been $20,000. Just a disclaimer, I'm not gonna go into the business side of it, like revenue or like expenses or how to write off certain things. This is for you to discover. This is for you to learn. You can ask me questions. You can, reach out to me via the comments section below, or also via my social media platforms, which I'm gonna put on the screen. But also, just feel free to ask any question. I'm here to help. I wish I had someone to guide me, 4 or 5 years ago instead of learning it the hard way. But it is what it is. We're here now. Just quickly before we start, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that subscribe button. It means a lot for me and it means a lot for the channel. I really want to grow and bring, something different to the community and share with you guys something that you don't see every day, or maybe not a lot of people are talking. We're going to see the good and the bad of the sneaker reselling industry. So please, please, please hit that button, hit that subscribe one, and let's get right into it. Now, just like every other business, before we start sneaker reselling, we got to sit down and we got to make a plan. I call it my 5-point checklist. Now, it doesn't need to be the same, but I'll show you the ropes of how I did it and then how I started. So the number one that was really important for me was motivation. Why do we want to resell sneakers? And there can be multiple reasons. It's up to you to define them. For me personally, it was because I wanted to make more money. I wanted to, build my business and then expand it into something else. I'm not here to buy more shoes, or I'm not here to necessarily travel and meet friends. This is a bonus, but my motivation is I want to make money. All right, so that's number one. Number two, we're gonna talk about my initial budget, or our initial budget in this business. Now, because we were in January, so we had the holidays, we had the Christmas holidays. I'm guessing maybe some of you guys received some cash from your parents or siblings or grandparents, relatives, whatever the case might be. So that's a good way to have an initial budget. What you can also do if you're working, for example, you can maybe have a line of credit because the interest is very, very low. And all the deals that we're gonna do are gonna be secure, and there's little to no risk involved. Maybe if you have a credit card, you can use some of that money. You usually get about 20 to 30 days to pay out your debt with no interest. So that's also a good way to do it. Or simply just go ask your family, your relatives, your friends, your close ones, hey, can I have a couple $100? Can I have $1,000? This is my plan. This is what I want to do. If it doesn't work, I'm going to sell them, pay you off, and then move on. For the purpose of this video, my initial budget was about $1,500 Canadian. I'll give you guys the equivalent in US dollars. I believe it was about $1,100 because I made 3 purchases. So that's how much I ended up spending. Moving on to number 3 is going to be a non-negotiable, that's how I like to call it, is what's going to be our minimum profit. And I don't go dollar amounts, I usually go dollar percentage, because it's easier and it's better to keep it in a percentage. Yes, you might make, $500 from a deal, but if that's only like 5% profit, it's not really that good for me. So anytime I do and I run my business, I look at a percentage instead of the dollar amount, okay? For this series, I'm gonna keep it, an average of 15%. So that's gonna be our minimum profit. Now you can go 20, you can go 50, you can go 100. Obviously, we're gonna take that, but just as a non-negotiable, if it's less than 15%, we're not gonna go into it, okay? Number 4, we're gonna look at where we can find the best deals. And there are a couple of ideas, a couple of solutions. For me personal are my local sneaker groups. And I'm pretty sure if you're in the reselling business, you're probably in a couple of reselling groups, sneaker communities. You can find them mostly on Facebook. There's some on Discord as well. I also use Facebook Marketplace. That's where I find a lot of steals, a lot of very good deals. I also look for Craigslist. You can definitely find some good deals on Craigslist or Kijiji. And then we're also going to look at sneaker outlets. Now, if you have any outlets nearby, I would highly suggest that you go in there, whether it's a Nike, Adidas, Vans. You would be surprised. I did a lot of deals in a Vans outlet, and hopefully we're going to get a chance to explore that down the road. And then number 5, lastly, where are we going to sell our stuff? Now, there are a couple of options. My go-to most of the times are the apps, StockX and GOAT. And if you don't know how to sell on StockX or on GOAT or maybe even on eBay, I'm going to have a different episode where I'm going to talk about how to resell on StockX, and then we're going to talk how to resell on GOAT, maybe how to resell on eBay. I haven't done a lot of deals on eBay. And then we're also going to try our local sneaker groups and the Facebook Marketplace, because it is a good way to make a lot of sales and generate a lot of revenue. So this is our top 5 checklist. This is how I call it. Now that we have everything clarified, I'm going to show you guys what I was able to purchase. So as I mentioned, my initial investment, my initial budget was $1,500 Canadian, roughly $1,100 US dollars. So I was able to purchase 3 pairs. Now, like I mentioned, I've been reselling for about 4 or 5 years now, so I have an understanding of what to look for and what the best deals would be like. I also build a lot of connections throughout my reselling experience. So I sometimes have guys that I've done business with before reaching out to me and say, hey Gabe, I got this and this and this, would you be interested? Are you looking to buy any stock and whatnot? So this is how I was able to get these 3 pairs. But don't be discouraged. If you go out and hustle and you look for opportunities, you'll be able to find and you'll be able to build those connections and those relationships. Always be friendly, always be positive, and don't just treat it as a business. Try and understand the individual that we're working with. A lot of the times when I meet with a new guy, I try and engage into conversations, whether it's like, are you collecting? Are you just reselling? Or, what are you doing? What are you studying? What are you playing? Any sports and whatnot? Find a topic, find something that you can start a conversation and engage in that conversation and build a relationship. So this is how I was able to purchase. I did a bulk deal for 2 pairs that I'm going to share here. And then also I have another pair that I was able to purchase. First one, actually all of them are some OG Jordans. There's some older ones. So this is a Jordan 11 low. And this is I think this is called a tuxedo. Jordan 11 low. It's a size 10 and I was able to purchase it for a really good deal. So I got it in a bulk deal, as I mentioned. You probably know this one here. This is the Jordan 11 Space Jam. They're both in a size 10, so he was an OG collector. I was able to find him on my local sneaker groups. And those 2 pairs, and I'll give you a breakdown on the screen as well, I got them for 850 Canadian. They're both dead stock. Now, there's a trick here with this Jordan 11. As you can see, it has, right now I have applied some cream because it came with some receipt ink. It had some receipt ink. It's a frequently common problem on the icy bottoms, icy soles, and especially for the Jordan 11s. If you have the receipt right next to the soles, to the bottoms, it's usually gonna move into the icy bottom. So that's why I was able to get them for a really, really good price, because I paid, again, 850 Canadian. Now, stay tuned, because I'm gonna have another video on how to remove. As you can see, I have the cream here, so I'll show you how you can remove it. And this is why I made this investment, because I'm comfortable the ink is gonna come out, and then I'll be able to maximize my profit. So those are the two pairs that I made as a bulk deal. And then the third one, let me just grab it here. It is another Jordan 11, and this is the Concord. Now the size, as you can see here, it's 11.5. From my experience, every time you see 11.5, go for it, because this is usually very hard to come by. And I'm not sure why Jordan doesn't make a lot of pairs in 11.5. So the guy kept them really, really clean. He even had this this bag inside just to avoid yellowing on the bottoms, because it is a common issue with the Jordan 11s. So these are the three deals. For this one, I paid 550. When I saw the listing, he was asking, I think, 580 Canadian. And I know the OG pairs go for really, really good money, especially on goats, if I want to give you guys this suggestion. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, are you flexible on price? I'm really interested. 580 was already a good deal, but I was able to bring it down to 550. He said, yeah, it's more than reasonable. You're not lowballing me. So I said, deal, let's make it happen. Within 24 hours, I was able to pick them up. And I already listed them and I already sold them. So I'll be shipping these out today to GOAT. I'm going to put a print screen. You'll see all the numbers. I actually even sold the tuxedo ones. I was able to sell them surprisingly on StockX. I've had them listed for probably a couple of days, and I was able to sell them again. You will have a breakdown. I'm also going to show you a spreadsheet on how I like to track everything. I'm going to do a screen recording on my computer for that. But this is for the first episode. I just wanted to share with you guys again what we made. I'm going to try and be very consistent. As soon as I sell an item, I'm going to try and reinvest the profit. And then, by the end of 2022, if all goes well, I want to see where we're going to be at. So for now, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick screen recording so you can see how I do everything. Screen recording on my iMac. I have my Numbers app opened. You can also do it on Microsoft if you have an Excel spreadsheet. And as you can see here, I have a couple of columns. The first one is the product. I just type in the product that I'm buying. Then I have the size and condition. Most of the times I'm only dealing with dead stock, but every once in a while, if it's an older pair, especially with an SB or a Dunk, I would buy a used pair. And then I also want to keep track of the purchase price. I want to make sure I know exactly what I paid for it. Now, to make it easier, I have already did the conversion from Canadian dollars to US dollars. So like I said, I did a bulk deal, the Space Jam and the Tuxedo or Reverse Concords. I ended up paying 675 US dollars. And then for the Concords, I paid 435. So our total budget for this episode, 1,110 US dollars. Next, I like to keep track of the seller. I'm not going to put anything here just for privacy purpose, but I do it in my Excel spreadsheet, because if there's something wrong with the item, whether it's fake or is missing something or it has some defect, and then I can always track the seller down and then hopefully work something out. Next, I have the sale price. Whenever I make a sale, I'm going to update it here, and then I'm going to calculate my profit. And then the most important thing is my profit percentage, because I said I want to make at least 15%. So this is a really good way for me to track and make sure I am on track. And then last but not least, I have the sale platform, whether I sold the item on StockX, GOAT, eBay, on my local sneaker groups, on Marketplace, or maybe I sold it for cash. I just like to keep track of this, because at the end of the year, I like to see what really worked well for me and what are some things that I can improve, or maybe there's not as expected. So this is how I like to keep track for my purchases and sales. Feel free to pause and copy some information if you need, or just for inspiration. But in a nutshell, this is what I'm doing. Okay, so that would be it for today. I hope this is useful, and then I hope this is going to inspire you guys to start or to expand your reselling business in 2022. And like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, please drop a comment below, reach out via my social media platforms, and please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe and God bless.